Gaining knowledge is a continuous process. We learn about new things, places and processes all the time. It adds to our vast information and we become more aware about various aspects of life. Today we'll tell you 20 amazing things that might come in handy someday. But before we begin, take a moment to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. Bluefish. A few years ago, marine ecologist Aaron Galloway was busy spearfishing off the coast of Oregon and caught a lingcod. Most of the lingcod are found in a browny red mottled colour with white flesh, but the one he captured was neon blue and had blue flesh. At that time, there was a run-out that at least 1 out of 5 lingcod being caught had the same colour. Initially, people considered these fish toxic and used to throw away the catch. After surveying more than 2,000 fish, researchers believe that female lingcod as well as small lingcods and those caught in shallow water tend to be blue in most of the cases. In some regions, the incidence rate is as high as 25%. In addition to sex, dietary differences between fish may also contribute. Aaron hypothesized that blue lingcod might be undergoing nutritional stress or starvation, which triggered an increase in their blue bile pigments. Popcorn Beach. In the recent past, the news went viral online about Popcorn Beach. It's located in the North Fuerteventura, the second largest of Spain's Canary Islands. Its real name is El Hierro Beach, and it's covered in a white material that looks like popcorn. In reality, it's white coral that exists there due to white sand and calcareous algae, which have been mixing for over half a century. The popcorn grows underwater and grows 1 millimeter annually. If you come across popcorn with a size of 25 centimeters or 10 inches, it means it could be approximately 250 years old. Unfortunately, this unique coral is being destroyed as some online resources reported that about 10 kilograms or 22 pounds of the coral are being removed every month. Pay with plastic bottles. All over the world, we're dealing with 8.3 billion tons of plastic and approximately 6.3 billion tons of it is waste. In addition, about 300 million tons of plastic products are manufactured every year and 8 million tons get into our oceans annually. Some countries are making extraordinary efforts to deal with this issue. For instance, in some countries you can empty plastic bottles into a vending machine and can receive credit on your transit cards. We can use plastic bottles as a valid fare to ride the subway in Rome. In Surabaya, Indonesia, 5 plastic bottles or 10 cups are sufficient for the purchase of a 2-hour bus ticket. A Surabaya transport official shared that people are very enthusiastic about this initiative. A city in northern France made public transit free to encourage people to use more sustainable transportation models like buses and trams instead of cars. Golden butterfly chrysalis. In Mexico, Central America and South America, you might get a chance to catch a glimpse of gold in particular plants. These are cream-spotted tiger wing butterfly chrysalises. During the formation of butterflies, the shiny metallic chrysalises are fully predators. The shiny substance on the chrysalis is formed from chitin, which gives glimmery look to beetles, resulting in the insects, spiders and crustaceans face their tough exteriors. Their life cycle is remarkable. They start as an egg which hatches into a larva or caterpillar, which then will molt and grow before becoming a chrysalis or pupa within approximately a month or less. At this stage, the caterpillar turns into a gross, gooey mess. However, it retains some cells which it uses to form wings and other parts of the butterfly's body. Finally, it comes out of its shiny sleeping bag and appears as a large, attractive butterfly. Maltese language. Malta is located between Sicily and the northern African coast. Almost all people in Malta speak English. However, natives of the island also speak another language which is called Maltese. The language is unique as it is the only Semitic language which is written in Latin script. In addition, it is also the only official Semitic language of the European Union. Maltese language is the only one of all Arabic dialects that was spoken in Spain and Sicily during medieval times. Though Arabic forms its core, it has words drawn from several former rulers like the French, British, Knights of St. John, the Romans, Normans and Moors. Your brain uses 20% of your body's oxygen. A study conducted with lead author Micah Nettergaard highlighted that energy in our brain is mainly generated from metabolism. Neurons maintain a small reserve of that energy. Although the brain makes up 2% of our body, they use up to 20% of oxygen. Mice have been used to learn where this energy is used. In the cerebral cortex of a mouse, a quarter of the energy the brain uses is meant for maintaining the neurons and glial cells. The rest is used for signaling. Scientists have also found that grey matter requires more energy than white matter. Nestlé and Hershey's make Rolo and Kit Kat. In the United States, you find Hershey's Kit Kat bars in Rolo, whereas in most parts of the world they're manufactured by Nestlé. Hershey Company owns Rolo, York Hershey's, Reese's, Twizzlers, Heath and Score. They sell about 80 brands throughout the world. On the other hand, Nestlé is a Swiss multinational food and drink company that has about 2,000 brands. Both the companies sell the same product with an ownership claim. Kit Kat was created by Rowntree's of York in the UK. Subsequently, in 1988, Nestlé acquired Rowntree, which it did not start manufacturing Kit Kat until 1935. They remained under license by the Hershey Company in the USA, and they've been producing for the US market since 1970. Rowntree and the Hershey Company had a licensing agreement. Experience weather conditions before buying clothing. Purchasing clothing from Marks, which was formerly known as Marks Work Warehouse, is no less than a unique experience. This Canadian clothing and footwear retailer offers in-store simulations in some of its stores. In Edmonton, they create a winter simulation walk-in freezer where you can test your potential clothing. They also do similar with some of their specific footwear developed with Marks' Tarantula anti-slip technology. The buyer can try out the grip levels in store on a ramp made of different surfaces, including rocks and stainless steel. Cucumbers can help with bad breath. Surprisingly, cucumbers can help in dealing with bad breath. If you hold a slice of cucumber onto the roof of your mouth for about 30 seconds, its phytochemicals work swiftly to kill off bad breath-causing bacteria. If you hold the slice between the roof of your mouth and tongue for 90 seconds, you'd be able to limit odor. Later on, you can eat the cucumber slice as it also helps in removing plaque from teeth and gums. In addition, their phytochemicals tighten the collagen of your skin. That's why ladies love to use cucumber slices on their eyes. It truly is a magical vegetable. White spots on your nails. White spots on your nails are considered a sign of vitamin deficiency, but that's actually a myth. In reality, white spots are caused by the damage caused to the nail bed due to smacking on some hard surface or continuous tapping of fingernails against a hard surface. Resultantly, air might become trapped between your nail layers and cause a bubble which goes out, but sometimes it can take a little time. Most nail technicians suggest not buffing such nails as it can weaken the nail. You can protect your nails with cuticle oils which also strengthen and hydrate the nails. How to extend car remote range. If you want to unlock your car doors from a distance, you need to put the remote over your head or even place it close to your chin, which will extend its range. In this case, your head acts like an antenna and head fluids work as conductors which somehow increase your remote's range.
We're out of range. However, and try again, it's working!
About 60% of our body is made up of water, which helps in producing electromagnetic waves in a cavity such as our body. Here, radio waves from the key enter our body and create a dielectric resonator, which increases the amplitude of waves and the range of the signal. Some people say the mechanism will work effectively with any bone of the body, as our bones can also function like antennas. Albumin. When you cook salmon, a white goop appears. This is called albumin, and it is the protein which already exists in the fish. However, when salmon is raw, the albumin is in liquid form, but when it's exposed to heat in any form such as in the oven, the stovetop or a grill, it turns into semi-solid. On being cooked, the coagulated albumin starts to squeeze out of the flesh, and it forms a strange slimy layer in the top or some corners of the fish. You can find some salmon pieces having just a little albumin, whereas others seem to be drowning in it. It depends on the cooking process. Exposure of fish to higher heat levels results in the discharge of more albumin. Rats giggle when you tickle them. Scientists are busy measuring rat laughter by using special microphones so that the ultrasonic giggles of rats can be picked up when they're tickled. Rats are known to love tickling as they chase away the hands of scientists who tickle their backs and bellies. Rats giggled and even got excited that they frolicked and jumped around out of excitement. But when the researchers tickled their tails, the rats did not giggle. Scientists concluded that rats giggle only when they're in the mood. Researchers have linked their reaction to a part of the brain called the sensory cortex. Tickling activates neurons which results in giggling. Maybe they'll make a show about the laughing rats on Netflix. Your socks do disappear in the wash. On several occasions while washing in a machine, we find one of the socks missing. In top-loading machines, socks can become lodged under the agitator, which is the pole located in the center of the washing machine. In some cases, they get trapped under the wash plate or get pushed into a small cavity between the inner and outer tub if the machine is overloaded. Front-loader machines also steal socks as they can get entangled in the washer's filter or the rubber gasket of the door. Sometimes socks are trapped in a lint trap, or they may get inside other clothing or sheets due to static electricity. The world's highest waterfall. Angel Falls is the tallest in the world, being 3,212 feet or 979 meters. It's located in Bolivar State on the Sharoon River. It's found in a dense jungle, therefore the best place to watch it is from the air. It was first discovered in the 1930s when American adventurer James Angle spotted it and gave it its current name. In 1937 he again flew to see the fall, but his plane nosed down on the soft surface and couldn't take off. He, along with passengers, had to walk through difficult terrain for 11 days and reached Camarata. His aircraft remained there until 1970. Ancient sunglasses. According to historians, Roman Emperor Nero used to wear polished gems on his eyes while watching his favorite gladiators fight. In China, people believed that sunglasses were used around the 12th century or earlier. Their lenses were made of smoky quartz, which protected their eyes from glare. During the interrogation of witnesses in the Chinese courts, judges also wore crystal sunglasses for hiding their facial expressions. Tinted lenses became prevalent when in 1752 James Eskew experimented with them. He thought that green and blue tinted glasses could correct vision problems. During the 19th and 20th century, people used to be prescribed brown and yellow amber glasses to alleviate some disease symptoms. Who invented flaming hot Cheetos? Richard Montañez had begun to work at the Frito-Lay plant in Rancho Cucamonga as a janitor. He was completely illiterate. He learnt about the company's products and spent time in the warehouse and watched machines at work. Due to his curiosity, he came up with the idea of spicy Cheetos. He took some Cheetos to his home and created a chili powder concoction with secret ingredients. He discussed it with the CEO, who also got on board. It's said that the idea for the product was developed by experts in the 1980s, but Richard denies these claims. But as long as we're getting the amazing Cheetos, who cares who came up with them? An 11-year-old boy invented the popsicle. Frank Emerson, an 11-year-old boy from San Francisco Bay, invented popsicles. Frank left sugary soda powder mixed with water outside overnight with a wooden stirrer. Due to the cold, they froze. The next morning he decided to eat the frozen soda off the stirrer and called it an Epsicle and started to sell it in his neighborhood. By 1923 he was selling these at the amusement park Neptune Beach. In 1924 he applied for a patent, and meanwhile his children asked him to name it Popsicle. However, due to financial problems, he had to sell his rights to the Joe Low Company in the 1920s. Frank died in 1983, but his success continues. Cows can't bite, even if they wanted to. When disgruntled or disturbed, cows use their horns to cause injury because they can't use their teeth to bite, as they don't have upper front teeth. They cannot perform a vertical bite, instead they grind their food in a circular motion. Instead of upper incisors, cows have soft dental pads which are used to grab grass and move it around in their mouths. Most cows are friendly and placid and can form bonds with humans and animals, but even cows sometimes need to defend themselves too. There are trail marker trees. Those who come across a bent tree in the forest should understand that these absurd-looking trees may be acting as a part of a GPS. You may be wondering, how did our ancestors manage to reach their destinations without modern technologies? Well, in Canada and the United States, they grew trees and molded them to an angle in particular directions. Native Americans used young trees to mark river crossings and trails. They used several methods such as weighing them down with rocks and dirt or tying them with vine, bark or rawhide. There are several important sites where this practice was used frequently, such as Pikes Peak in Colorado. Some trees are more than 150 years old and are close to the end of their lives. These might have been altered by the natives. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. We'll be back with more amazing videos for you guys, but until then, have a good time.